All right, hey, this is Sasha. Welcome to another video. And today I want to share with you some things about theta and time decay when it comes to trading options. If you're interested in working with me further, definitely check out the tradersfly.com website. That's where I work with people one-on-one, sometimes just a single session, sometimes for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months at a time. So if you really want to speed things up, work together. If not, you can also do your self-study courses that I have available, or just continue browsing YouTube. Everything's on the description below. So you can check that out. All right, let me share with you some things about theta that most people just don't get or don't understand. And the big question is it okay to have a negative theta? Okay, because a lot of people, as they get into theta and discover this whole magic of time premium and this amazing thing called time decay, they want to sell as much time decay as possible. And that's a good thought process, but certain trades work a little different and they function and behave a little bit differently. And it's okay to have negative time decay. What you don't want to do is have only negative time decay, because then it's going to really work against you. But it's okay to have some negative time decay to offset or hedge certain things. So I'll give you some ideas here. If you look at my theta column here, and I've got a lot of stuff in here. I've got some stuff that's a -7 theta here. Then I got a lot of positive theta to kind of offset that. And you can see there's a lot of positive theta. This one's a little high actually, but this one here, I've got a -9 theta, -1 theta, -2 theta. So you can see I've got some negative theta here. This one I just put on not too long ago. So this one's losing a bunch of theta. So pretend we just got rid of this. Let me go ahead and get rid of this big theta on the S&P position, so you can kind of just see, because this one is kind of close to expiring. That's why it's got a bunch of that. Let's go into putting it there. Okay, so here between all of this, I still have a pretty significant positive theta. But what you'll realize is not everything is really positive on the theta front. So when you really look at it, I really am only caring about 500 positive theta, but in there I do have some negative theta. So it's totally okay to have some negative theta. And one of the things that I do in that is look at something like an XHB over here, which has a negative theta and negative time decay. Here's a -9 on the theta. And this is to offset the loss. This is actually looking at buying an iron condor. It's to offset the loss of a big move up or down. Now, most of the time, these trades are really bad for beginners starting out, because you're losing time value all the time. And these trades, they do have to move beyond the expected move. So it's not something I would advise like a beginner or even an intermediate trader to do. But my point here is that you could have some of these trades with negative theta to offset big moves in a certain direction, as long as you're making up the theta in other ways. So my goal here is just to open up your mind and just take it out of there, saying, hey, now that you understand this concept of positive theta, understand that negative theta is not bad if you're understanding how and when to use it properly. So having some negative theta in the bunch it's not a bad thing. It's how does it all look together from the bigger perspective. So that's really what I want to share with you, is that, look, you could have negative theta. You could always do positive theta trades, but even some of those positive trades could run into some negative theta. Like if you did an iron condor and we go ahead and analyze the closing trade, and let's say we set up an iron condor like this, eventually as this trade goes to a certain degree or level, if it goes outside the range, you'll still have and carry a negative theta. So it's not necessarily bad to have negative theta. It's just that some people get too attached to a positive theta and only do it that way, where, hey, I only want positive theta. But that can also limit you in your trading if those are the only types of trades you stick to. I will say that normally I do aim for people to think about the positive theta at the beginning, because it just makes more sense when they're first starting out. So that way they don't have time decay to burn, because a lot of people I work with, they burn time decay nonstop, and that's usually a big problem. But once you get the hang of it, you really understand trading options. It's fine to have a little bit of negative theta, just like it's fine to have some chips with your lunch or dinner periodically. You just don't want to eat a bag of chips every day, at lunch and dinner and for breakfast, right? You're trying to, hey, moderation makes sense. Balance those things out and you should be okay. So anyways, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely check out the coaching one-on-one sessions video. If you want to work on a longer term basis and really work together like a piano teacher, I can work with you. And that's usually what I do on video. So check out the tradersfly.com website. Just scroll down. Link is in the description below. And I'll be happy to work with you over video, whether you want to deal with just options, getting started in options, getting started in trading, or if you want to work some intermediate strategies like adjusting, tweaking, managing spreads, and much more. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.